for my garbage person of the week. Sorry, not sorry. I calls them as I sees them. First time ever garbage person for me. It is going to be one outgoing representative, Tulsi Gabbard, who I will remind you has like 3 weeks left in government. And this is an incredibly important time for the US government. People are really hurting when it comes to the pandemic. So what is Representative Gabbard using her time for? Demonizing transgender girls. With this tweet getting my attention yesterday, why Representative Tulsi Gabbard introduces a bill called Protect Women's Sports Act would clarify Title IX protections to be based on biological sex, which would impact transgender athletes participating in athletic programs for women and girls. So look, you can go and you can get the details. I'm not gonna put a lot of time into it because it's nonsense. It's not gonna happen. But what you do need to know is some of the context around this. So the bill's co-sponsored by an Oklahoma Republican, always a good sign when it's a legislation that would bear on, a discriminated against group. A similar bill was introduced in the Senate earlier this year by Kelly Loeffler and other Republicans. It's weird. Now here's the thing, to do this bill at all, trash. You belong in trash sheet for that. To do it knowing it's not even gonna pass, worse. To do it as one of your last acts as an elected official, knowing that it's not gonna pass. That is the ultimate garbage. She's gonna be gone in less than a month, but she wants to make sure that everyone knows that she stands with the Republicans on this issue. This issue, which previously when she's been criticized for her past statements about the LGBT community, she assured everyone those were a long time ago, which they were, and she totally stands with the community, which at least at that point she seemed to. But she really wants to make sure you know what she thinks about the transgender community on her way out, which is not, it's obviously not good for her political future if she runs for office as a Democrat again. But hypothetically, the right is obsessed with attacking the transgender community, and they desperately want people who are going to agree with them on that. So look, maybe that's not what this is. Maybe she just genuinely has an issue with this community. But in the short term, it seems to help her politically, although not necessarily as a Democrat. So absolute garbage. Cannot believe that this is how you'd spend your last few weeks. Like, people need help. They're dying out there. They're losing their jobs. They're about to be evicted. Let's do this thing. Let's do the attacking the transgender girls thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just, I too am baffled by exactly like why she would do this. Like, and it's, look around to who supports this kind of thing. This is a huge hit. This like sports sex bill is a huge hit with like incel Ben Shapiro clones who couldn't be worse at sports and sex. Like,
they're obsessed with it.
They're so obsessed with it. Like, Kelly Loeffler being affiliated with the bill is the only thing that makes sense here because she owns a women's basketball team. And in keeping with Kelly Loeffler, it is only stuff that benefits her specifically in some way. That is the only thing that she has ever been interested in. Some weird corrupt thing she can make money off of. So in a weird way, I agree, go ahead, Kelly. This makes sense. There's tons of worse ways you're worse. But in this situation, like people, this is one of those things that is only really super important to sectors of like media viewers who don't care about women's sports. Who don't. There's no way.
Who only are just obsessed with attacking the transgender community. That's it. This is, if identity politics is anything, it is constantly demonizing a group, like to get popular with people who are not part of that group. That's all it is. When I saw this, I was like, sure, why not? Yeah, do that. Do that as your last thing. That makes sense.
It's so weird.
I don't want
to. I don't get it.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, which is, I guess, better and worse at the same time.
It also gets into this weird thing where, like, I guess this is slightly different from what it normally seems might happen when they're, with the bathroom stuff, where it's like Ben Shapiro and Tulsi Gabbard now and various other weirdos are like, hey, I guess I'm just gonna have to see your genitals now. You're gonna have to show me. just because it's like a weird version. It's literally he's trying to be the FBI guys where the FBI stands for female body inspector.
Exactly.
You trashy bastard. You're pretending. You're pretending that you oh God, I'm really it's all fake.
It's all fake. It's all fake. And it's potentially useful if you want to have an audience with the right wing. Anyway.
And none of them want that. But just the last thing is none of them want to have like an earnest discussion about like what might be considered something remotely close to a realistic argument about who gets to participate in what sporting events. Like none of them, it's not about Title IX sports and participation. It's only about identity politics and wedge issues and building an audience of schmucks, so to speak.
100%. Now that said, those are our garbage people of the week, but what about the TDR community? Well, 17,000 of you voted on the community tab yesterday on the TDR YouTube channel. And coming in this week at 5th with 3% of the vote, Mike Pompeo for going ahead with a 900 strong Christmas party during a terrible time in the pandemic. In 4th at 10% of the vote, Giuliani for infecting others on his voter fraud tour, specifically by crop dusting them. In 3rd place, David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler got 12% of the vote for seemingly getting worse every single week. Every week we learn more about the corruption. It's absolutely insane. Runner up this week at 24% is the Arizona GOP for asking their followers to die for Trump. Like, are you brave enough to take a broadhead arrow to the forehead? But number 1 at 51%, Ron DeSantis for going after COVID whistleblower Rebecca Jones. I really would not have expected that. That is actually amazing, but it's not even close. Ron DeSantis is the TDR community garbage person of the week. Congratulations, Ron DeSantis.
To be in Florida and like if you're a Cuban American immigrant, family descendant or whatever for 58 on, for you, this is a Castro style government trying to suppress free distribution of information. That blows my mind. This should lose voters for DeSantis. He is sending his Castro type thugs in an authoritarian manner so he can be like, no, it's totally fine. He's trying to cover up how many people are being killed in his authoritarian regime.
Yeah.
What? Can't.
Terrible. And after we already got the information. So stupid. And like I said on the show yesterday, really fast because we got to move on. Like I said on the show yesterday, none of DeSantis's followers believe any of the information anyway. Like even once it gets out, they don't believe it. So what are you so worried about? But anyway, those are your garbage people of the week. Thank you to the 17,000 of you who voted. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.